Listen, yo, when I go sleep, man, I got a sweet dream. Picture me at the top of the scene. Wake up keen, man, I jump out of bed. Up on the net, trying to find me a beat.
Yo, got another episode, the finale. We brought in my guy 1112 in today.
Yo, what's
What
happening?
you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
First time we've met, by the way, which is crazy. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just doing my thing, you know.
Yeah. First time on a podcast.
First time on a podcast. Just,
You excited? You wanna?
I'm excited,
Come on.
I'm excited, ready to go, man, ready to go.
Let's get into it, man. Obviously, I don't know you personally, so today's the first time I'm meeting you. But I do want to talk about sort of just straight into music anyway. But
Yeah.
see me, I can remember, bro, like especially in the drill scene,
Yep.
one of the first ones to do it, you know.
I know.
And am I right in saying that?
Well, I think
First,
for the drill, I think maybe not the first, but I was the first.
first that I remember
First kind of video, like that I remember of was like drill video.
yourself.
Yeah.
What?
And that was only like just over a year ago, man.
Just a year ago?
Like it was February.
Surely more than that.
That was February last year. First of February, I think it came out last year.
Ah,
Faceless.
okay. Faceless, that's the song I'm talking about. Yeah.
That came out.
So were you doing music before that? Because I
Yeah.
can't lie, I knew about 1112 from that day onwards.
Yeah.
So
No,
you're doing?
I hadn't released. Well, I hadn't really released anything before that, to be fair.
Oh, so you hadn't?
No.
Okay.
That was my first tune.
Okay.
I'd been doing music for like maybe like 2 years before that.
But just experimenting,
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah, just in my garage, man. I've got a setup in my garage.
Mad.
I've got, like I can record and mix my own.
Yeah, I
stuff.
wanted to
Not
get,
like a high standard.
but something to get you started. Yeah. So what made you kind of go, yeah, drill? Like, is that what you were listening to back then? Is that just, did you see a gap in the market up here and went, yeah,
No.
cool, like,
Do you know the first when I first started rapping, man? It was like I couldn't rap over drill beats.
okay.
Like I just couldn't flow over them at all. And now I couldn't do it for like a year after I started rapping either. For some reason I just couldn't flow over drill beats, and it was never on my mind to do drill. And then
So how did this track come about? How
just one day I just
tried
I
it?
made that beat myself.
You made the beat yourself?
I actually produced the Faceless beat myself.
Mad.
And then I don't know if that maybe just
So you produced in a way where you could then flow over it?
I think
Ah,
so. And
right,
then
okay.
after that I just kind of flowed over drill beats, and that was just
Mad.
Yeah, so that's probably how I got into drill.
I'm heavy intrigued on where does 1112 the name come from? Is it like something to do with?
I knew you were going to ask that. Everyone asks that, man. Basically, it's where I'm from. So, where I've lived in Fife, it's KY11, KY12.
Oh, so you've lived in two different
Yeah,
postcodes.
so that's the postcodes there.
Ah,
so
right.
That's where it came from.
And did you think it'd be harder to put 11 as the letter ELEVEN
Yeah, I just thought
instead of just 1122?
I think it looked better as a name, and I think just like.
Okay.
Yeah,
So did you put much thought into it, or did you just go, yeah, this one we
It
do?
took me ages to figure out that name, man. I sat
Oh,
for
mad.
ages, but honestly, like,
Any
I went-
previous names that,
Um,
like, obviously, that you did have that maybe?
Well, my name's
no.
Rab. I got called Rab. So.
Ah,
like,
okay.
My first name was like RAB. I used to call myself that back in the day.
Okay.
But actually, 1112 was actually me and my mate. We used to rap together, and that was our name.
Oh, it was a group
He
thing?
He doesn't rap anymore. Like, he just
Ah.
he didn't want to do anything, like release anything like that. But
Mad.
so I just kept the name. But
Are you still in contact with him
yeah, of
now?
course, yeah.
Does he ever say, oh shit, I should have
Well,
rap?
good mates, Nah, he's always, man. He keeps up with it, and he's always supporting. But he's not interested.
Does he want to jump into it now? Mad.
He comes down and
And supports, obviously, yeah.
He spits sometimes as well. Still,
Mad.
he's actually a good rapper, man. But
But he just doesn't want to do it.
nah,
I feel him because I'm the same,
Yeah.
bro. Like, obviously, I rap here and there, but I don't ever want to release stuff. Yeah, so, I mean, so you kind of went on this drill thing,
Yeah.
and then I remember we done a couple of features, like American guys that I remember.
yeah.
It's more like sort of,
Jesus, I didn't know you.
oh, researched it, bro. Yeah. So, you so
that was just at the start, man. I was just
what were you
kinda-
trying to do, though? Were you
I
just,
was just feeling about like I had been speaking to this guy's OG. His name is from America, and I was just speaking to him, and I heard one of his tunes, and I thought it was hard. And he was like, "Why don't we just do a kind of American
Feature.
Scotland thing?" And we just done it, and it was just one of these things. And we made the video. It got taken down from YouTube for some reason.
so it's not even up?
It's not even up anymore.
Well, I've seen it, so.
You've seen it?
Yeah. The video?
Is it still up? Is it?
No, I've seen it when you
Oh,
released
right,
it.
Yeah, I was about to say it's gone. It was on my channel, but.
No, I remember when it really got released.
So
though.
basically, he filmed his bit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I got my mate to just quickly film something. It was like at the airport and that. It was like I was going to abroad. It was actually pretty cool. It turned out pretty smart, but yeah, as I said, like I've progressed so much since then. I just feel like that was just kind of something I was getting to.
So you're not too sort of like sad about it going down or whatever to get
It
into.
was at the time because I
Okay.
read it at the time.
Yeah.
It's a bit. a bit outdated now for me.
What are you trying to do now? Like, what are you trying to?
To be honest, I'm kind of. I'm not getting. I'm not getting bored of drill. I'm just getting bored of like the traditional kind of dark drill, if you know what I mean.
So
We're moving on to like kind of more party drill.
yeah, I think I mean, not to be that guy, but
Yeah.
I think with a certain group that I work with very closely, I said to them a long ass time ago, I was like, jump off the dark drill stuff because it's dying out. So I'm happy that people are starting to catch on to it now, because dark drill for me, bro, it had its time and place like grime did and like everything else, but it's just not you won't pop off with that now. So what kind of made you go into sample drill beats? You just fuck with like how
man.
like nostalgia of like all these old beats getting.
I like sample drill, and like I didn't like it to start with, and I think some of the folk that are taking it too far with some of the samples,
like the singing stuff, rapping over
when they're actually copying
the lyrics,
the lyrics and stuff. I like that, but I think I like, as you said, like people can relate to it as well. 'Cause it's like a song they know,
and it's a nostalgic thing. No,
I like
talk to me about how, because you mentioned it briefly, how did you get into mixing your own stuff? Did that come out of because you were like, oh shit, I need to know how to do this, or why did you want to learn how to mix?
I just, as I said, when I started producing first. So before I rapped, I was actually making beats.
Okay.
And I had all my setup and all the stuff I needed to mix as well.
So you're like, why not? Let me just.
So I just wanted to learn.
Okay.
Just because like it's always good to be able to jump into your garage, make a tune, mix it,
and not have to wait for someone else to do something for you. Do you ever jump in the studios though? Are you ever getting? Or you always just kept it to I'll do me and I'll mix it myself?
Jazz mix all my stuff.
Okay.
And, but most of the time, most of my releases I've mixed myself.
Okay.
Yeah, Jazz done a couple. But
okay. Mad. Talk to me about sort of who at the moment are you trying to look up to and do something or be like or take stuff from them or inspiration? Because I've heard a lot of mad artists from people, so I want to see. I think you might give me a mad artist that you're.
Oh no, I don't really look
like not even like rap, not even like lyrical wise, just like as a person or like the persona or the personality that they've got. Like who are you trying to?
Man, I really don't. I don't really know. I've not really.
You know, got that go-to artist that you're like, okay.
No, I've not. I just kind of want to do my own thing and just. Yeah.
Does that give you freedom to just be whoever you want to be instead of trying to?
That's it, man. I don't want to try and be like anyone else. I mean, I know I wear a mask and everyone wears a mask and that, but I've got my own personal reasons.
I want to get to that,
but
no one really that you think, I could relate to them or be like them.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you're from Fife.
Yeah.
Obviously, being with Begsy 24/7, I realise Fife is a very small place and it's not something where people come out of Fife and do something. Has it been quite hard for you being from Fife? And
as you say, man, there's nobody in Fife's doing this really. There's a select few artists, you know what I mean, and especially not from around my area, like Dunfermline. I can't think of anybody around there. There's a few in Kirkcaldy and Glenrothes and Leeds and stuff like that. But it's just to the mentality there as well.
Are people still backwards?
Like in the big cities like Edinburgh and Glasgow, like everyone's kind of for it. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, I spoke to Sherlock about it. I'll say they're a bit more OG. They were like, back in the day, people used to laugh at you about being a rapper. Now, if you can rap, it's like, whoa, that's sick. This guy can spit. You get me?
That's what it's like in Fife now.
Okay.
But it's slowly but surely coming round.
Is that what you're trying to do? You try to change the perspective and the perception of being a rapper up there?
Definitely. I want everyone that's from Fife to see that I'm from Fife and say, why can't I do it too? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point?
Man.
Something for the scene.
Yeah. So I wanted to get to that as well. Sort of, what do you think of the scene at the moment? I'll ask this question sort of on a regular basis because everyone's got their different opinions on it. But just what do you think of the scene right now and where it's at?
I think it's strong, man. I genuinely do. I think there's a select few strong artists, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of shite as well. Like, but that's just a part of learning. You know what I mean? Everyone has to. Like me personally, I done it in the background and I'd done it for years before and then released. So I was at a standard where I thought it was actually alright. But
which is what I sort of encourage more people to do. That it's like you don't need to release everything you do sometimes. Like you can just work in the background, perfect your sound.
But people are impatient, I get that.
Yeah. No, I think people are blinded by the rapper lifestyle and it's not the fault of the rappers that are living this lifestyle, but people see that and go, oh yeah, I want to do that now. It's like, but you know what I'm trying to say, and I said this in another podcast where I was like, not everyone actually deserves to be called a rapper, you know. Just because you rap doesn't mean you're actually a rapper. Like,
I think it was maybe easier for me though, because at the time when I was rapping, like there wasn't really a scene, so it wasn't like I was like
that's true
trying to get in.
Because the fact you said Faceless was a year ago is when I started getting involved in it, and back then there was no scene. The scene was dead. So it's good now that we're seeing a lot more progression.
I
And
understand why people want to get into it quicker, but it's just a part. It's just the more you rap, the better you get. That's it. Simple as that. You keep going with it, even if you're not like you're that great at the moment. I would just keep going, because I was like that as well. I couldn't rap over loads of beats.
okay. So you encourage people to just
Definitely, man, definitely. But I would encourage them to do it in the background before they release.
right, yeah, okay, okay,
Get the practice in, you know.
yeah. So I wanted to talk about sort of. Are you trying to bridge the gap between Edinburgh and Glasgow? Just because like you do a lot of features with people in Glasgow. Obviously, you're talking about AJ and how you know you're good friends with AJ. Like, cause let's not sort of beat around the bush. There is a bit of tension between Glasgow and Edinburgh for whatever reason. Are you trying to bridge that gap? Obviously, I know you're from Fife, but I'm trying to say like.
So I'm originally from Edinburgh.
Ah, right, okay.
But I moved to Fife when I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like, that's what I rate people from Glasgow. I rate people from Edinburgh, and I'm happy to do tunes with both of them. I don't have any.
You very easygoing type of guy. Like if you like a tune, you don't care who it is, you'll jump on the song with them.
That's it, man. Easy going. I have no beef with anybody. I just do it for the love of the music, man.
Yeah, just love what you do. Yeah. Have you had any concerts before?
Have any what? Sorry.
Have you done any concerts before?
Like gigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's that feeling for you?
I've done maybe like 4 or 5 now.
How's that like when when you're in there and people are sort of
that's the best part about it, mate. Yeah.
Just doing like live performances,
the best part.
Yeah.
Like once you get on stage, it's like the best feeling. Before that, you're a bit nervous, and once you actually get on,
it's like that adrenaline hits you where you're like
first bar, man.
Yeah.
You just forget about it, man.
Mad.
That's
mad.
That's the best part.
What is the future for 1112? Like, have you got a goal in mind of where you're trying to take yourself? I just want, because I've been asking this and it's quite interesting. Some people have got some mad stuff they tell me. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, have you got? What is the plan for you?
I just want to grow the Scottish scene, mate. I'm all about doing it for the scene.
So, in a sense, then, are you basically more like? Would you prioritise the Scottish scene growing rather than you growing?
Rather than me growing.
Like, because the way you just said that there, you kind of went, oh well, I'm trying to get the Scottish scene to grow, but it's like, if you can grow in the Scottish scene, would you then be like, yeah, nah, I don't want to do that?
Yeah, because I just want the Scottish scene. Like, I think it deserves its time. I think it's time.
What? So, how are you? What kind of things are you doing to ensure that happens? Like, are you going out your way?
Bangers, mate.
Okay.
Hopefully they get spotted by someone and you're just because no offense to anyone who does it in that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using different accents.
Yeah, which I thought we'd get into because I know that you've got quite a strong opinion on it.
I do, but like, I don't personally rate it. Like, I understand why people do it.
Yeah.
And like, the songs are still hard. Like, I just think that if just rap in your own accent, that's simple as that. Just for the fact that if you're repping Scotland, you should rap accent, I think. But
so I'm about to give you a counterpoint now. My opinion on this is I'm friends with both.
Yeah.
I fuck with both.
Yeah.
I maybe have a slight bias towards one because I just personally I like the sound of one.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I fuck with both things. Both things are hard. Here's an argument that someone told me yesterday. I was with this person, one of my boys, and I was preparing questions for you.
Yeah.
And he went, and he said this to me, and I was like, mad. It put me in that. So he said to me, we're not mentioning names just because it's not type of podcast, but here's the argument I've heard, which is kind of put what you've just said. It's like a big counterpoint for you to think about. So obviously you've said if you're repping Scotland, you should rap in a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Obviously Jad is my boy, yeah. So maybe I can talk about who I'm talking about here because Jad's my boy. He knows what I'm about to talk about. A lot of people say this, right? Jad is not from here.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say, actually.
Right. And my boy was like, Jad's not from here. And he's rapping in an English accent. Why, when he does it, are we all cool about it? And then somebody said, but why, when somebody else does an English accent, is it different?
So, I think if you're
maybe a sticky one for you to answer, but just
I think if you're from England or if you speak in an English accent, but you rep Scotland, then fine, you could rap in an English accent. It's the point of changing your voice.
No, but his point is, why can someone who's not from here come here and rep it? But someone who is from here and changes their accent, why is that bad? Whereas you're trying to, do you know what I'm getting at? So he was saying that because Jaz's not actually from here, why is he repping Scotland? Why are we not getting angry at him apparently for not, you know? I was listening to him, it was something he told me and I was like, oh, okay, mad.
Fair point, to be fair.
Yeah.
Fair point.
So he was
I
just
don't get
he was just saying that we should have equal treatment. And again, Jazz, my boy, is not as if this is all hypothetical. He was just saying hypothetically, why do people not get angry when people not from here come here and rep it, but then they get angry when people from here don't rep it? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So just something for me to think about.
To be fair, I have no it doesn't get me angry. Like, it doesn't. I don't. It doesn't affect me that way. I just personally think that's.
I think I just said angry. I meant like frustrated or whatever.
Let the boys do their thing. Like, I'm happy. Like, you know what I mean. It's just my personal opinion. I would like to rap my own accent. So,
and I said this to Sherlock and McCroy. I was like, look, I've been down to London with like labels and A&Rs, and they've said to me like, we don't care what accent it's in. So they don't care whether it's a guy from Scotland rapping an English accent. They don't care whether it's a guy from Scotland rapping. They said if it's hard,
it's hard. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll accept it. We like it. You know what I'm saying?
And I also look at it that perspective as well. Like, if the song's hard, the song's hard. You know what I mean? And
so I say to people like, trust me, bro. It's only us that care about this accent stuff. Because down south, they don't care. It's just as us that's we've kind of went like, oh, accent. And I'm like, bro, trust me. People down south, they don't care if it's Scottish or English.
I think it's just one of these things that's always going to be debated here. I think it's just.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever go away. Yeah.
But it is what it is, mate.
Yeah.
I don't have any angry feelings towards anyone who does it. It's just my opinion.
Yeah. Obviously, you've been sort of in and around the scene, and you're very prominent. Like it's something where I can talk about it. Like from an outside perspective, 1112 is always in and about somewhere. Like I'm always seeing your name. Is that purposefully, or is that just because you're very good at just being around people and just getting your name out there, or are you doing it?
Consistency, yeah.
Okay.
Consistent releases, and even if it's features or whatever, and just getting to shows and just doing stuff like this, you know what I mean? Just always keeping your name there.
Yeah.
You go a month without doing anything,
and then that's it. Yeah, you can fall off big time.
It's like, you need to keep going, and it's like it's the same with even big artists, man. If they don't release, not
it's the same, man.
You know what I mean, it's the same thing. So you just need to keep it going. And
do you have a life outside of rap that kind of keeps you going?
Man, I've got.
Obviously, don't need to talk about too tough on it, but just those.
I've got a girlfriend. I've got a son, 2.5.
Mad.
I've got another one on the way.
Does that give you purpose then when you're?
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Mad.
Definitely, and I want obviously him. I'm not going to force him to do anything, you know what I mean? But I want him to.
But yeah, just kind of
I want him to see me like striving to something.
And even if he takes the concept of, oh, you can do anything you want to, as long as you put your mind to it, kind of thing.
Man. And as I said, I've got another one on the way due September.
Mad.
So
congrats, man.
I've got a busy life, man.
Come on. Come on. So you kind of balance a bit of both in sort of your family life and then your rap life.
That's it, man.
Is that, because I do want to get into it, because I've asked a lot of people this who have been with masks. Is the mask to protect yourself, so you're 11-12 and then you're such and such
That's
outside of here?
Exactly.
You want your privacy?
That's it. That's exactly it, mate.
Okay.
However, but the more I do it, and the more people see it, because I don't have it on all the time. I came in here with it off.
Yeah, like you're so chill about it. Like a lot of people don't even let me see them without their mask for whatever reason, but I've been really chill about it. And
I don't mind with people that are in the industry and work in the music and stuff like that. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? But it's just, I just like to keep it separate, and that's it. Simple as that, man.
Yeah. Do you think one day, if stuff goes where it's meant to go with music and it becomes a big thing, do you think maybe for your brand you might then? Or do you think it's something that you always...
I've thought about it a few times.
I know it's something you're probably going to sit there for 10 years and maybe you'll never know the answer to, but like...
I've thought about it a few times, man. I've thought about like taking it off. I mean, at the last show I done, I had it off the whole night because my one I brought had ripped. I had to do about it. So everyone that was at that gig seen my face. You know what I mean? So...
Mad, okay.
I've thought about it a few times. I've definitely thought about it a few times. I kind of I'm like 50-50. I want to do it and then I don't want to do it, and it's just like I do want to keep it kind of private. But
because so the reason that a lot of people put their mask on is because they do drill,
exactly.
And they're on the streets and they can't have their face being out. But you've just said to me that you're living a normal life and you've got a son and a girlfriend. You know, so it's like you probably could go without the mask and still live your life and still be 11-12, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Definitely a possibility. It could happen.
Okay, so maybe we'll see in the future.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, man. So I also do want to talk about there's 2 songs here which I find very interesting. There's one with you and AJ. There's the one you...
Time to Invest is the one that was done a while ago.
Yeah, and then that's the two I'm talking about. Yeah. Is that like a go-to combo for you? Because you two really work well on a track.
I
don't know if you've realised it.
That's why I fuck with AJ, man, and definitely it's
like it could have been you and anyone else, and it probably wouldn't have worked as much. But because it's you and AJ, obviously we were gonna have him on, but obviously AJ's a busy man. Obviously he's too busy for me. But you and AJ are always sort of on like, these tracks. And I'm like, yeah, it's hard, man. Like I like the mixture between it.
It's because when I rap, man, I rap so like my accent's quite chilled and laid back.
And he comes in with
comes in just mad energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I think the mixture works well together.
Is that something we're gonna see more in the future? Come on. Who is someone you're fucking with? Like, who is someone you could say, this guy is someone that I'm a fan of them? A lot of people don't want to answer for whatever reason, I don't know why, but do you have someone you could say, like, this person? Yeah, like someone that you actually bang out their music. A lot of people say they don't bang out anyone's music, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But
I don't bang out a lot of music from the Scottish.
A lot of people say this, man, which is mad.
People I do fuck with.
Just on like an artist level, even.
It's dead nasty.
Okay.
Recently, new guys. There's that AX2. I don't know how you say his name.
Double A.
Double A.
Yeah, big up, double A. Swain.
Boys with Perth are sick, man.
I've just got into Swain, like recommended to.
A boy who's slept on, I think, as well, who's heavily underrated is Arjab. I really rate Arjab. Do you know Arjab?
I don't. I've heard of his name.
Yeah, bro. Me, him, and Den have got a song coming out.
Okay.
And he kills his verse on it. It's so hard.
So he's just really underrated and more like people don't.
It's just not released. He doesn't release enough. That's the problem.
Okay.
But nah. And obviously Jad as well.
Okay. I wanted to also get into who do you think at the moment is doing big stuff for the scene, kind of just contributing to the scene at the moment that you can obviously respect them for what they're doing.
Yeah. You've obviously got
so you can big up some people.
Yeah, you've obviously got Jad who's doing a lot of stuff in Edinburgh. He's recording all the tunes through there himself. Obviously he's doing a lot over here. Begsy.
I was gonna say, man, Beggs doesn't get shouted out as much, man.
Begsy, if it wasn't for Begsy, there wouldn't be a scene. Videos, you know. So shout out for Begsy, definitely. I think that artist wise, I would say obviously folk who are doing like got that Mixtape Madness cipher and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I did want to talk about because that's tomorrow and stuff. Yeah,
that's tomorrow. I'm going to that actually.
Oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Nice. Come on.
Loads of.
But even in general, but what is something that is helping contribute to the scene? Like for me personally, I'll just start you off so you can tell me. Like, so for me personally, stuff like this, and I don't know if there's another guy that's doing like a carpool kind of karaoke kind of thing that he's doing. These things are really going to help the scene, bro,
definitely.
Because it's going to pull away from just seeing music videos. Because you type in Scottish rap scene, all you see is music videos. Whereas this is going to just break the ice a bit and be like, cool, well, there's podcasts to watch and there's carpool karaoke's to watch, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Who's doing carpool karaoke?
There's a guy called Afonso, one of my good friends.
I know who that
one of my good friends. He's on like a carpool karaoke where it's like in the car, and it's sick, bro. The idea's sick, so I love it, bro. Like, and I've been pushing him to do it.
Need to happen, as you say.
Definitely, bro. Like, I wish people would just think of an idea and just do it, bro. Obviously, do it properly. Like, obviously, when I thought of this idea, you can ask Begsy. This was like a year in the making, but when I'd done it, I thought I'll do it properly, just because I don't want the quality of the Scottish scene in general to ever go down and just do something, and rush it. Which is what I want to get into. Do you feel like some people are not focusing on quality too much sometimes, and it brings down the name? Like,
what do you mean, like the music?
Just in general, do you feel like rappers and artists and whatever, that they're kind of sometimes cutting corners in terms of quality? Even like, obviously I was speaking to Beggs on the way here, like obviously some people don't want to pay the prices you need to pay to get a good quality video or mix or whatever, like whatever it is, like, or whatever, for concerts, whatever. Do you feel like it's kind of going to hurt us a bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just need to, like, people need to understand as well, like, for example, Begsy, man, like, the prices he charges are like nothing compared to what they charge down south.
I say to people, go down south and check what they charge for, even as a videographer, engineer, whatever, even producers, bro. It's
they don't realise how lucky they are, man. Yeah. And like, anybody can release a tune. Anyone.
Yeah.
It could be
Jimmy Jones from down the street and just...
And then the next day you could have a video and release it.
Yeah.
But it's all, I think there needs to be more quality control.
Yeah.
From the...
So where's that going to come from, though? From channels?
From the channels.
Is that what you think is the main...
I think so.
Okay.
I think, like, instead of the channels just accepting everybody and putting everyone on their platform...
Yeah, I fuck with that.
You should just
kind of make sure like you're actually good at what you do.
Otherwise... Somebody who's not the best might release a video,
and he'll think he's good. And I tell people, you need to keep it 100 with yourself. your friends still need to keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
See, if you're not good at rapping, bro, you just need to accept it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And it's just like, and I feel like so many people just getting gassed up now, thinking, oh, I can rap, and you hear it and you're like, bro, this is fucking dog shit. And it's like, who's going to tell them that? You know?
That's because, as I said earlier, that practice enough before they.
Yeah, but it's also the channels where channels are going, yeah, that's when you can upload on the channel. It's like, no.
And it's also like either their friends or whoever.
Yeah, it's mainly their friends circle just gassing them up, bro. Just being like, yeah, you're hard, which is why I like what Beggs are doing with zones, because they've kind of kept it very quality control.
Exactly,
like only people who they're fucking with like good releases, good songs are going on. So I think we need more of that.
Definitely.
Another thing I do want to ask you is, are you a very stylish person? Because you came in with this Stone Island jumper and all that. Are you quite liking the fashion? Are you a fashion guy?
I wouldn't say I'm too mad into fashion.
But you like to wear
I
something?
like to wear nice clothes,
Yeah.
obviously. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm not crazy into like the proper drill fashion and that, like all like the tech fleeces and shit like that. But I just wear I wear a lot of Stone Island, and I mostly wear Nike.
Okay.
But not.
Checks over stripes.
Yeah, man. Just it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I'm not crazy about fashion, but
Mad.
I like wearing nice clothes.
What would you say to people that say, oh, well, if you're not from the streets, you can't do drill? I asked this before, but ask yourself.
Well, I am from the streets, but I don't do street shit.
Yeah. So what do you say to people that go, oh, well, you've not done street shit, so you can't do drill?
Just say into them, I just don't even acknowledge them. Mate.
Yeah, but in a professional sense, what
It's
is your argument against that? To you, is it like, oh, it's a genre, I want to do the genre?
That is exactly my view, mate.
Okay.
It's just a beat. It's just, I sound good over that beat.
So I'm good at it.
I'm going to do it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
I think you need to have I don't need to have done a certain amount of things to be able to rap over a certain tune, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just, it is what it is. It's a
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
Like, it's like saying, I don't know, if you're from America, you can't do a
Trappy be whatever. Yeah.
hip-hop,
Yeah,
you know
true,
what I mean?
true. Yeah.
Same thing. I get why folks say it though.
Yeah, well, so the argument I've heard is, this drill genre
Yeah.
was like an escape for people
Yeah.
who'd done that shit to go and rap about it because you couldn't do it in any other genre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's maybe what it was. That's where it was born from. But now it's like, obviously I'm trying to think. RD jumps on drill tunes and he says, I don't do no street shit, but I'm gonna rap on a drill beat. So it's still, isn't it?
Exactly. And the thing is as well, it's all about, man, just be honest in your tunes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you listen to any of my tunes, man, none of it's cap. You know?
And so I was gonna ask you, are you very big on like making sure everything is what you actually
I
doing?
like
And
to do that personally. Like people, if they want to cap, they can cap, man.
Yeah.
But personally, I like to just keep it real, man.
why is that? Like, can I get dissect it for me? Because
Why would you?
I know it sounds like a stupid question, like why do I keep authentic? But like,
Yeah.
dissect it for me. Like, why are you so, why are you placing so much importance on making sure everything you say is what you're doing? What is it for you? Is it just to stay true to yourself? Is it because you don't want to
Just that people
sell a fake
I don't want
persona?
people who know me being like, he's bullshitting. He's
Ah,
lying,
okay.
You know what I mean? And it's just, I just like to keep it real, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just, I don't, there's no point. I don't even know what to say because I've never been through that.
So you'd be very bad at lying then,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much, yeah. People just know I'm lying, so what's
Okay.
the point? You know what I mean? And it's just,
I mean, I've seen your lyrics. You don't talk about no street shit. You're basically just talking about obviously flex and whatever,
but
or you're
I'm
talking
about
about
life and shit.
yeah, life and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it works, bro. I say to people, it's not about what you rap; it's how it's flowing, and if it sounds good, it sounds good.
That's it.
What else do I want to ask you? Yeah, are we ever going to see you hop into a new genre, like completely? Have you got that versatility inside you?
I've got a few tunes recorded already that's different kind of genre. Like
Really
trap.
different?
I've got some trap beats,
Okay. Because
but not really different. Like,
but would you ever want to just be like, yeah, cool, I'm doing this, and just fuck off into another genre, just try it?
yeah,
Or do you think
definitely.
1112 works best when he stays in this lane that
Yeah.
he knows
I
works?
think it's a mixture of both, man. Like, stick to what you're good at, but also like try other things. You know what I mean? Just
Because I spoke with some people that I do music for in a studio session yesterday, and I was like, the scene right now, bro, it feels like everyone's trying new shit because they don't know what's trendy right now. I feel like we're kind of lost. As general, not even talking about Scottish scene, like the whole scene in the UK right now doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hearing some mad tracks, some artists, I'm like, why have they done that track? Because they're trying new shit, but they're trying to see what is a new trend.
and I rate that.
Yeah.
I rate that.
Yeah.
I do rate that. And I've got loads of tunes recorded that would surprise you when you listen to
Would they ever come out?
them. Possibly. I don't know.
If it makes sense.
Maybe not those tracks, but maybe maybe work on that style.
What's your creative process for you to go like, yeah, I'm gonna release this track? How do you know when a track's a banger?
I just know when it's a banger.
You just know.
I just know. See, if I listen to it and I'm like, that's a banger, I just know.
So you're your biggest critique.
Yeah, I would say so, man. I just know. I send it to a few folk, and
so I was gonna ask you, is you watch your circle like very, very honest people? Like, do you keep it 100 with you all the time?
well, most of my friends don't fuck with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, they don't.
Okay.
They're not into rap. They don't do anything like that. Most of my friends from like school and shit. Like.
So is this who you're sending it to though?
No.
Ah, right.
But,
Okay.
like, most people who I'm friends with in the scene. Like,
Ah, right. Okay.
Scene and stuff like that.
Do you think that's kind of a sticky one because they can't ever say that song's bad? Or that they can like, have you ever had one of these artists who are also your friends say to you this is like oh okay that's interesting.
I've had it like I'm lucky enough that they would be honest with me, like definitely, man, 100%.
Okay.
I've had it
Because I would have thought like if I was an artist and you sent me something out of respect I would just said yeah bro that's good, like just not to sort of bust your bubble type of thing.
But that's probably one of the things that's the worst thing for the scene, man. You're just going to have shit getting released and people.
Which is why I said don't send it to other artists because they're probably going to just say it was good.
If you've got somebody you can trust, then you know they're going to tell you.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, true.
I don't send it to a lot of people though.
So I'm assuming these people you are sending it to, even though they're artists, you've got a high level of trust
Definitely.
within you to be able to send tracks back and forth. But do you like this? Yeah. Okay. Do you ever feel like you'd go in a group, like with multiple artists? Because I'm trying to think.
Releasing as a group.
Yeah, because there's a mixtape or an album? I don't know what to call it. Was it you, Jad, and Dynasty?
Yeah.
In my head,
that was different, man.
In my head, I was like, this is like One Direction getting back together and being like, yeah, let's fucking release an album. Like it was mad. I never expected.
That was just.
Like, where did that all come? Why did you plan to release? Like, was it 10 tracks or something?
No,
8?
it was 8 tracks.
8, yeah. When did you think to go? Yeah,
7,
cool.
Actually, 7 or 8. Basically, fucking man, that had been in the works since April last year.
Oh, mad.
And we'd literally just been. Because Jab was really the first person that I spoke to in the scene, and like before I had properly started mixing like my own stuff and that, I went through to Jad, and like I was always through at his in the studio, and then Nasty, I met him, he came along for a bit, and then we just started going every week at the same time, and then we just started making tunes, and we were like, we've got loads of tunes here.
So it wasn't something where you planned to do it. It turned out that you had about 8 tracks together. You went fuck it.
We had made about 3 or 4, and we're like, well, why don't we make a EP kind of thing?
Was it hard to do that? Where you grab 3 artists and make sure that? Because I think like, is it not pretty hard to have 3 brains on one track and make sure that it's good for all 3 people? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it must be.
That's why it took so long, mate.
Yeah, just trying to get like a perfect track because they're all sounding good.
Yeah, and that's different, man. None of that's hardly any of that's drill.
Yeah. You're saying it's different in terms of what the songs you've done. Yeah, I agree, but it's also different because I don't know the last time 3 artists came together and done a fucking collab mixtape, or what you want to call it, an album. Yeah. Are we going to see more stuff like that? Not with the same people, maybe with different people.
Probably not. No.
Nah. What do you think? Did it not maybe work out the way you wanted to?
No, don't get me wrong. I rate it, and I just think that I just want to work
do you?
myself now.
Yeah, do you?
I didn't really want to be banging out features that much. Like
Why is that? Just so you're not known as like just a feature guy?
A feature guy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I always like to make sure that I'm releasing like if I'm releasing like a few features, I want to release like a solo.
So I'll be totally honest, because we keep 100 on this podcast. I'll be honest. The last 6 months, I have known you as like the feature guy. Yeah. Because the last 6 months, the releases have been featuring 1112. So I like the fact you've clocked on and went, I'm going to release stuff as 1112, and that's it. Like,
and I done this at the start. I done 2022. That was it.
Yeah.
That was this year. The start of this year. That was solo, and then I done a few features. Obviously, the EP came out and stuff like that. But most of the features are actually my tunes.
True. Yeah.
But, like, I feel like
but even that, in the sense, still makes it sound like as if you're on the feature for some reason. It's just the way it is.
It's also the fact is like when you're going to perform at a gig, if you've only got features,
you need the guy to be there, and
you need everyone to be there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
And especially like I like to have a certain amount of solo tracks so that I've got something to do at a set. You know.
Yeah. Mad. So obviously I do want to talk about tomorrow. Quite big. Mixtape Madness are doing cyphers up here. I'm just curious. Did you ever get asked to go on?
No, never.
Because there's a bit of a kerfuffle with this. Yeah. I was speaking to Benny T and stuff. It was like they had other people on, and then they changed it around, and then I was wondering if it was something to do with yourself.
No, it was not. I never had anything to do with it. But
okay.
I think it was basically like there was a woman who worked here before,
I heard it kind of got fired, and then this new guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get all these other guys on."
Benny T and Chavi, they were both doing it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else came and got different.
Do you think that kind of maybe demotivated those people who are going to be involved because like, oh god, I've got something mad, and it's like, yeah, we're going to change it all.
Oh, it would have been gutting, man.
Yeah, man.
It would have been gutting for anybody.
Yeah, because big, bro, Mixtape Madness is big, man.
It would have been gutting for anyone, but I think the boys, I know the boys personally as well, and I think that
Benny and stuff,
that they are, man, they'll just move on. You know what I mean? Keep
spoke to him for a bit. I was like, just it is what it is.
It is what it is,
do you fuck with who they've got on now? Or do you feel like you could have made a couple of changes? Obviously, I'm not trying to cause beef here, but did you fuck with who they've?
I think it's
a good solid lineup.
I think it's a good solid lineup.
Okay. I was surprised one name wasn't on. I'll be totally honest. I felt like you would have got Jad on it. I don't know. I haven't spoken to Jad, but just
I don't know what their process was.
like it's quite. I'm trying to think. Like it's quite a mad lineup. There's some names on there. I'll be totally honest. I'm like, why are they there?
Yeah, I feel.
I'll be totally honest. Like
there's a few. It's like they're all good artists. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, no, they're all good. I fuck with it. I'm friends with all these guys that are on there.
Yeah.
It's just there's some of them where I'm like,
I've done a little bit less than other people.
in terms of work rate, that's all it was. In terms of work rate, just a little bit less.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. But I don't know what their process was. If they just if it's someone you know kind of thing.
Yeah, but you're gonna be there.
Gonna be there. Eh?
Come on. Yeah, I think it's gonna be big. I've said to people like, even if you're not participating, just go because it's gonna be.
Sold out.
Oh, dude, does it?
It's sold out. I'm sure it's sold out. Like.
Mad. I'm not even surprised. Yeah, I've told people just go because you're gonna meet people there, like big people there that can, it's just good to network. So it's good. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the concerts that have been going on. Obviously, Jad does most of the organisation for them. Yeah. How's that been? Like, has it been? Obviously, I know you talk about how it's for performing, but I'm talking about how it's been like getting them done. And do you feel like there should be more concerts and more people doing them? Do you feel like there should be better venues? Like, do you have any sort of dislikes of how it's been going?
It's just a nightmare to try and get a gig sorted in Edinburgh, man. Like
okay.
A lot of the venues are just totally blacklisted us.
Okay.
There's a few that are now doing it, but like it all stemmed from one of the first gigs we done.
Didn't go as well as it was meant to.
There's a few things that happened. I'm not going to go
okay,
into it.
Yeah.
There's a few things that happened, and it was like it just kind of everyone knows everyone in that scene. I mean,
so it's yeah.
So it was like it's been a bit hard to get gigs. That's why there's probably not been more.
Is that kind of halting the progression of concerts like this now? Because
yeah, but I think like now there's a few places that are accepting.
Okay. Do you charge for these things?
Do I charge for gigs?
To go there?
No.
Okay. Just wondering, I don't know how they work really.
No. I just feel I've not been paid for any gigs I've done.
So you just go because it helps you, and obviously they get.
Because it's a chance to perform, and I don't.
Okay.
I feel like people. I feel like I'm at the stage now where I should be paid though. Like
I was gonna say, if I was a rapper, I'd be charging for.
No, definitely. But I just feel like obviously Jazz my boy, and I'm going to help him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I'm at the stage. I'm not saying I need to fucking get mega money for it.
But just pay to be there, innit? Yeah. What was I gonna ask you? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, sorry. In terms of production up here, obviously you talked about you mix your own tracks.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a lack of production in terms of I think to myself, bro, like there's not enough people doing the middleman thing, either engineer or producing, man. Do you kind of feel like if you had more?
Beats?
Me?
No, I mean, do you mean like producers?
Both.
I think there's a lot of producers. I just don't think there's a lot of engineers. There's only really
like obviously there's been certain opportunities that have arisen for me, but there's been not enough engineers for me to make it happen, so I've had to just did it, and it's really frustrating because nobody wants to be an engineer, bro. That's why when I meet someone like yourself and you're like, oh, I've mixed my own stuff, I'm like, oh, that's gas, I'm gas. I'm like, you actually.
That's to me, that's one of the best bits about making.
Oh, I love it, man.
Because like every if you do something that you're like, oh, that's hard, man. You're just like that's one of the best bits.
But people think it's boring, but like for me, it's the most enjoyable thing. Like you've got full creative control of the vocal and how it's going to sound, how it's going to come out. But yeah, so you do feel like it's a lack of.
I feel like definitely.
Is that something you want to ever get into? Not engineering, but just maybe even like build like a studio, or put like a studio there in Fife for people to use, or is that something you want to do?
I'd love to do that. But at the moment, I'm just going to focus on my music, see how that goes.
Yeah, just level it and stuff.
And then if that doesn't work out, it might be something I would do in the future.
I was going to ask, do you ever want to dive into something else apart from being a rapper?
Apart from being a rapper and like the engineering and stuff like
that? Like would you ever, I don't know, like be a comedian or some shit? I don't know. Like something else basically, nah?
Nah, man, I don't.
Are you good at anything else?
Not really, not.
Okay.
I'm not good at sports or that.
Okay.
Nothing like that. So
Man.
just didn't even know I was good at rapping till
Yeah, mad.
Just, I suppose you're never good at something until you try it though, eh?
True, and yeah, basically, yeah. What have you got cooking up for today for the studio session?
I've got a sample drill beat.
Which I think you've previewed a little bit. So
yeah. Previewed a little bit on my TikTok.
Yes, people have been fucking with over there.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a sample drill beat. Everyone knows the sample. Well, most folks should know the sample if they.
I think
if they've been around.
Unless you're born after 2005 or something.
That's it, man. Everyone should know the sample, man. It's one of these, as I said, up tempo, like party kind of drill beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the summer.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Why? I mean, just to ask, what made you think, yeah, cool, I'll give D1 this song? What made you go, yeah, cool, I'll do this song?
To be honest, it's just the most recent kind of one I've wrote, and
okay.
Hard, and it's going to help get shine some light in it, maybe. Eh?
Yeah, no, I was talking with the man, like, as I said to you before this podcast, started filming, I'm very hard to impress, so when I heard it and I was fucking with it, I was like, I need this song.
Yeah.
I just even told you, I was like, bro, keep the song for me. Yeah, so we'll get into it. Obviously, we'll film some behind the scenes and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, it should be good. It's been good to have you, bro. Also, I know this is the first time you've done this. You're quite good. You weren't nervous or anything, so it's been quite good. And hopefully, bro, I just get to meet again and we see each other. And I just now I know who you are, you know who I am. So it's been all good, bro. Thank you. Nah, it's all good, bro. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
This is episode 8. This is the finale. It's done. Season 2 will be coming out if you, man, run up the views on this. But yeah, this has been me, D1. This has been Speak Up. Got Begsy on the visuals, and we had 1112, and this has been us. Peace.
Lucky now you was the word.
Yo. Yo, when I go sleep, man, I got a sweet dream. Picture me at the top of the scene. Wake up keen, man, I jump out of bed. Up on the net, trying to find me a beat. When I do rap, man, I play for keeps. Not for the maps, that boy for the streets. Making a day while you making a week. I make sure my family eats. I make sure my team is fed. Still got money to spend on my treads. Hey, remember the days that I asked for a lane, cause we didn't have no bread. I know what they want, so I stick to a trend. And don't tell me drill is dead. I used to get left on red, and now they wanna see what's under the threads. I step on stage, this club too packed, and I can't see shit, but I ain't no biggie. Huffing, I puff, and I blow off this roof. Crowd go mad like 3 little piggies. Girl at the front, big back like Iggy. She don't like rap, so I might get singy. See me floating on top like Dingy. They hear my tunes and the step get springy. When I go sleep, man, I got a sweet dream. Picture me at the top of the scene. Wake up keen, man, I jump out of bed. Up on the net, trying to find me a beat. When I do rap, man, I play for keeps. Not for the maps, that boy for the streets. Making a day while you making a week. I make sure my family eats. I eat. Authentic drill, that's me. Good things, man, they come in freeze. That's me, I'm making a fucking beat. And they like me, like they likes Pete. And it's not your fault, you're a bitch when I peace. Ready for battle, won't see me retreat. I fight for the shit, cause we all wanna eat. Let me see you lean to the left, let me see you lean to the right. Let's vibe all night, let me hear you scream the shite. Wanna see my team reach height, so I sit in that right. Giving this scene a fright, never seen nothing quite like, nah, nothing quite like. Let me see you lean to the left, hey, let me see you lean to the fucking right. Swing your leg forward, swing your leg back. Drop to the floor, man, let's get sturdy. Everyone knows when I jump on a track. Other MCs, man, they start to worry. Got all the girls, man, making it clap. Can't stop staring, my vision going blurry. See all the man running bout in a flap. Taking them out of this place in a hurry. Swing your leg forward, swing your leg back. Drop to the floor, man, let's get sturdy. Everyone knows when I jump on a track. Other MCs, man, they start to worry. Got all the girls, man, making it clap. Can't stop staring, my vision going blurry. See all the man running bout in a flap. Taking them out of this place in a hurry. When I go sleep, man, I got a sweet dream. Picture me at the top of the scene. Wake up keen, man, I jump out of bed. Up on the net, trying to find me a beat. When I do rap, man, I play for keeps. Not for the maps, that boy for the streets. Making a day while you making a week. I make sure my family eats.